Hello Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. Today we're doing a port tour of St. Thomas, the US Virgin Islands. It's quite a popular island, a lot of cruise ships go there. We love it. Been there many times. So we went there recently on Venezia and we were able to take some video on the tour that we did. We actually did a food walking tour in the main town shopping area. So we'll give you a look at how, a little walk around the port, and then we'll show you the downtown area, as it were, where we went to do the food tour, and show you some of the places we went to. Obviously, there's loads of other places you can go in the port. So we're going to try and show you as much as we can about the port of St. Thomas without overwhelming you. More to give you an idea of the feel of the port and the area around it than anything else. You have Megan's Bay Beach, which is further away. We don't really do beaches when we go to these ports because one of us has no attention span. I wonder who that might be. So we typically, if we do days like that, it's an all-inclusive. No. Yeah. Anyways, enjoy my little tour of St. Thomas. All right, here we are getting off of the beautiful Carnival Venezia in St. Thomas. There was only a couple of ships in port this day, so we were very close to the main exit. Sometimes you have to walk a little bit further than this. Sometimes they'll open up other exits for you to walk out of. But we were today luckily in one of the more central ones, so we could get straight off the ship and straight into the shopping area and pick up our taxi pretty quickly. This was the main exit coming out. We were going into downtown to do a food tour on this day, so there were just the four of us. And we wanted to get a taxi in early so we could make sure we knew where we were meeting up, because we were just told to be at a fort in downtown and we weren't 100% sure where it was. It turned out to be very easy. We were met by some locals playing music and dancing, and they did that all day. They were there when we got back. Long day for them. There's Julie, and there's our friends Mike and Ellen who came with us on the tour. When we get back at the end of this, I will show you the other side of that board, because it had all of the taxi prices on to give you a rough idea of how much taxis are to different places. Bear in mind, we were here in November of 2023, so I'm not sure when you may be watching this video, but they were the prices then, so they may have changed. I know a taxi to downtown was $6 each way, and it's about a 5-minute taxi ride or about a 20 to 25-minute walk. We chose to get a taxi there, and Julie and I walked back. We didn't want to do the food tour all sweaty because it was quite humid and warm. But this was a taxi we got in. Now it is one of those where they wait to fill it up before they go. And these are some of the shops in the port. Do not worry about finding one on the way back. They will find you. If you are a tourist walking around, or you're clearly on a cruise ship, you'll be asked about 20 times if you need a taxi back to the port. So we're going to take you into downtown, show you what we did on our little tour with a food tour here. And then afterwards, I'm going to show you a little bonus video of the Skyride going up the top, which I did on a previous trip with my good friend Nicola Ristic, bartender extraordinaire. We took him out for the day, and we got a couple of bushwhackers. So I'll show you that when we are done with this part of the video. But we're going to head into downtown right now, where we were going to go walk around the shops because we got in a little bit early. So I'll show you a little bit of that, and then I'll show you the tour. We ended up going to get a banana daiquiri, saltfish and passion fruit berry tea, and then we had a painkiller and a pulled pork taco, some curried chicken, and we ended with a bananas foster followed by a little rum tasting. So it was a really good day out. I think we paid, don't quote me on this, I think it was $118 per person. That could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to post the link to the tour in the comments of this video. There we are driving into downtown. You can see how beautiful the water is. You can see the couple of ships that were in port. Again, it's about a 5-minute drive. That's the downtown up ahead, or a 20 to 25-minute walk. And it's a very simple walk. It's one road. You just follow it, and you can see the ship the whole way. So you will get some good pictures of the ship on the way back. So here we are in the downtown area. We went around some shops before we did our food tour because we arrived early. Plenty of shops for you to go around shopping, plenty of tourist shops, plenty of jewelry shops, plenty of liquor shops, you name it, it's there for you. Lots of restaurants. This is made like the kind of waterfront area. So plenty of places for you to go and do your shopping. Restaurants if you're hungry. A lot of the restaurants get a bit busier later on because a lot of people tend to go do their tours and then they come back and stop here on the way back to the ship because they know it's a quick taxi ride back and do their shopping then, or grab a drink or food or something. So here we are looking back into the main downtown area there. And this is a craft market that they have. Some of the stalls aren't open yet, but I promise you later in the day they were, because again, we were there quite early and they know there's not too many people shopping right now. We were headed to the fort, which is at the back where that red roof is. You can see that's where our starting point was for our tour. So we went around the shops first. There's an I Love St. Thomas sign on the right there, which would make for a good tourist picture. And like I said, craft market, plenty of little knickknacks here. But we just wanted to be there on time and early, so we came into town a little bit early and had a chance to walk around and see it as well. We'd been there a number of times, so we knew. But, we didn't know how many people were going to be on the food walking tour. And as it ended up, it was just us. So there's just the four of us. And there's our guide, DeAndre, meeting us in the red there. He'll come in. There he is. So we were very lucky, just the four of us. Sometimes there's a few more. But it wasn't a private tour. We were just lucky. There's the fort. And then DeAndre took us on the tour. There's the fort in the background. Here he is showing us one of the churches, which is going to come into view right now. Allegedly, he said, one of the oldest churches in the Caribbean, I think is what he said. I paid as much attention as I could while trying to catch everything and take everything in. This was the main kind of little hanging out area for the locals and stuff. He mentioned there was a Liberty Bell here, and he said there's a Liberty Bell in every state, which was interesting to me. I did not know that. So the Liberty Bell for St. Thomas is in this park here. So we stopped here right before we headed to our first stop on the food tour, which was a banana daiquiri in a shop. Now, you all see that some of these are in shops and there are stuff you can buy, but to DeAndre's credit, he did tell us, please don't stop and do shopping on the tour. If you see stuff you want to go back to, make a note of where you are and come back afterwards, because he wanted to keep us on time and make sure we got everything in, because we had a lot of places to go, a lot of things to eat and see and drink and all that good stuff. So here we had our first, which was interesting to start with a banana daiquiri at about 10:30 in the morning, but it was very good. I am not going to lie. So we all had one of those. And after this, we headed on to our next stop. But on the way, we got a lot of history lessons. Here was the post office. And there's DeAndre again, give us some history. And then we headed up to a tea house where we had saltfish and a passion fruit berry tea. And there was the saltfish with a salad that we had. Of course, Julie's taking pictures for her Instagram. And there was our tea. And there was my beer with my St. Thomas koozie that I just bought. Yes, you're allowed to walk around drinking beer. So I did. What you going to do about it? What you going to do about it? And now next stop, we went to make our own painkiller, and we had a pulled pork taco. So there the four of us are. Turned out the lady that owned this place is actually from San Diego, or she has relatives in San Diego. So we lived there for 22 years, so we had a good chat. And you'll see, like I said earlier, a lot of these restaurants early in the day, they're not overly busy, but they will get busy later on. So here is DeAndre explaining to us how to make the painkiller. And once he'd explained it, it was our turn to go ahead and make them. So I handed the reins. Oh, well, I didn't hand the reins. We all made one. But I feel like Ellen made the best one. So here's the video of Ellen making her painkiller. So there we go. She's getting all the ingredients to make it. Hand it over from Mike. I should have probably had Mike, video of Mike's, because he was right there. But no, I had to be the awkward one and do the first and furthest away. So here is Ellen. She's almost done. We're almost ready for the shaker. We all made one, like I said. And I will say, I'm a beer drinker, but I really did enjoy it. I did drink the whole thing. Even later on, we went for a rum tasting, and I had some of those too. There we go. Shaky, shaky. And then pour it out and taste it. So there we go. That was our painkiller that we had. We did have a pulled pork taco. I promise I didn't catch it on video. But I got this. There's some nutmeg going on top. And after this, we were ready to head for our next destination, which was to get some curry chicken. So we went in here for our curry chicken. a little bit of a walk and more history lessons on the way. Not very busy right now, as you can see, but again, later in the day, these restaurants all get busy. So we had this curry chicken. It was great. If I had any comment on the whole thing, I could have done with some more curry sauce for the rice, but that's just me. There's another Presidente for me. Can't resist them. And then after we had our curry chicken, which was great, don't get me wrong, we ended up getting our bananas Foster on. This was our official last stop, but we did get a bonus at the end where they took us for a rum tasting, which was a bit of a sales pitch, I'm not going to lie, but we got some free rum and we had plenty of time. So here we are. This was an Italian restaurant with some very interesting artwork, and this lovely waitress is about to show us how to make a bananas Foster. And yes, she did set the smoke alarm off in the entire place. So and it went for quite some time. If I was one of those people behind having lunch, I'd be like, can you turn the smoke alarm off, please? But nope, they couldn't, because they were doing a bananas Foster for us. There's Julie getting her Instagram picture as always. And we're about to light the banana Foster. Are you ready? Or are we? No, we're just putting the final touches to it. We're going to light it very soon. I'm getting ahead of myself with the excitement. And the smoke alarm is about to go off in 3, 2, 1. Woo! So there you are, one flame-filled banana Foster. And then they served it to us, and we had wonderful dessert. There you go. One bananas Foster for each of us. And there's another Presidente for me. In my lovely St. Thomas koozie, hidden from the crowd. But hey, when I get Presidente, I get Presidente. And then afterwards, we had this little bonus stop at a rum tasting, which again was just a sales pitch. But hey, we got some free rum. And there's my Presidente again. And yes, it was in a touristy shop where you could buy all sorts of, oh look, a chaser, where you could buy all sorts of touristy stuff, and Julie was there, a couple of other people there as well. So yeah, we went through this and we tasted lots of different rums, some stronger than others, and I did not taste the really strong ones. I just had the mild ones because I'm not a liquor drinker. There we are. There's Julie giving a seal of approval. But no, we didn't buy anything. We did actually go back to try and buy some, but the lady had gone. And now this is us walking back to the port. You can see the cruise ships there. There was just 2 ships in. You just follow this path all the way down and around, and it will lead you right back to the ship. And you'll see the traffic coming back into the downtown area, which is right there where the red building and the white building are. So this is the tour we did. It was the Flavors of St. Thomas food walking tour. We got it on TripAdvisor. And again, I'll put a link in the comments. And then, as I promised also, there are some of the taxi rates to go anywhere. So like if you want to go to Megan's Bay Beach, it was $15. But with more passengers, it's cheaper. So yeah, you can freeze that and look at some of those prices to go where you want to go. Again, downtown was $6 a person each way, 5-minute drive. But there may be other places you wanted to go. And we'll just run for a few quick pictures of our little food tour, some of the pictures of the food. That was the actual pulled pork taco there. Banana daiquiri, there was the tea house. So, you know, it was a really fun walk around. We were very lucky there was only the 4 of us. I'm sure often there would be more. DeAndre said there's sometimes 15 to 20 people on that tour. But last 2 tours we did in Puerto Rico, we had just us. So we've been very lucky. You do the carnival ones, you'll have 20 people with 2 less stops because they have to pay Carnival so much money. So never do a food tour with Carnival. If you're going to do a food walking tour, do a local one like this. There's your I Love St. Thomas sign. That was in the market stall I showed you. And there's me with DeAndre. All right, now I'm going to show you a little bonus video of the Skyride that they have. The Paradise Point Skyride, no less. This is very close to the cruise ship. There's Nicola. There's Julie. This is like you can see a cruise ship in the background there. That's how close they are. So here it is coming down the ramp, as it were, for us waiting to get on. One thing to bear in mind, they don't stop. People get out and you get on while it's still moving. So be ready for that if you are, not as able to walk as some may be. If you need a bit of assistance, let them know and they will help you get on. But this thing is not going to stop. It's not going to go very quick, as you can see, but it's not going to stop. And then there's a view as you go up, looking back down at the cruise ship again, so you can see how close it really is. You can watch this full video. Look up my channel. We call it Mickola, or Mick and Nicola do St. Thomas. There we are. There he is. There I am. The volume is off for a reason. And then just from the top, a video of the cars coming up. So there's 3 at a time come up. So it's pretty swift. And then when you get to the top, again, you've got to get out while it's moving. It does not stop for you. So be very aware of that. And then when you're up here, you always have to get a bushwhacker, which I'm about to show you. There you are. That's how you get out. That wasn't us. I just videoed somebody else coming up to show you. But that thing is still moving. And there's the line waiting to get back on. And from the top, there's a look down at the port. Beautiful look. As with all things, everything up here is not cheap. It's tourist prices. But, it's good to come up and have a look around. And yes, of course, we got ourselves a bushwhacker. And there it is. And there's some food as well. We didn't eat up here. We just had bushwhackers and made our way back down and had some food down below. Yep, so that's a little look at St. Thomas. Hope that was helpful. Some of the things you can do, but there's plenty of places to go. Email me if you have any questions at all. All right, there you go. That was our little tour of St. Thomas. I will put the link to doing that actual tour in the comments after this. So if you're interested, click on there and go away. It was a fun tour, really good. We had a really good time this day. And then hopefully you enjoyed some more of the sights and sounds of St. Thomas. I said this on one I did recently on St. Martin. I think of the different islands, and you can tell the ones where cruise ships go a lot and where cruise ships don't. The ones where they go a lot, like St. Martin, St. Thomas, especially the ones where Carnival have their own little port areas go into, they're a bit more modernized than some. I use the example of Dominica, which was, I'm very happy we went to Dominica, but it wasn't maybe the nicest port to go to visit. Think of Progresso if you've been there out of Galveston. They're not the nicest, but beautiful island, still worth going to visit. But St. Martin, St. Thomas, very well developed, and you're going to be in good hands there with modernized stuff. Now, if you want more rural, then you go more to places like Dominica. So not saying one's better than the other. So yep, St. Thomas, I'm very glad it's come back from the hurricanes, because we were there not long after the last big hurricane they had, and it was not in good shape. So I'm very pleased to see that it's coming back. But yeah, if you enjoyed that video, please subscribe to see more. I've got lots of port videos coming up in the offing. I've been saving them, and now there'll be loads coming out. Anyways, subscribe, hit that little bell, and you get notifications when these videos do come out. If you have any questions, my email is coming up at the end of this video. You can send me your questions. If I do not know the answer, I will get the answer for you, because I know people. And if you have any tips or cruising traditions, please send them to me. Every Monday, I like to put out a video with your tips, my tips, everybody's tips to share with the cruising world. So help people make their cruises better. I always give the caveat, if you send me your tips, I am not going to read them in advance. I'm going to print them out. I'm going to bring them. I'm going to start the record, and I'm going to read them, and I'm going to react as I read them. You have been warned. I'm never brutal. And with that, hope you enjoyed my tour of St. Thomas, and I will see you later, cruising world. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, mick@elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please, pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.